Well, some positive good news today, everybody. Everybody out there around the world, Timmy with Rudy's Investments, and Wizards actually is delaying a product. Like, I know this sounds like a frivolous topic, and everyone's like, Rudy, are you seriously making a video because Wizards says they're delaying a product by a couple weeks? Yeah, I am, because that's a really big deal. Like, this is the first time we actually have Wizards acknowledging that, we're a little behind. Supplies are having issues. Bob, should we get the Bobs in? They're actually throttling back on the release schedule, which is a huge thing because I've been saying for many, many months now, probably since this, 4 or 5 months ago, since Jumpstart, Commander, all these waves and delays, every single set release now, all the way back to Commander 2020 to the Jumpstart and flowing through, everything's been getting chopped up in waves and supply problems because Wizards refuses to slow down. Well, Commander Legends, the big old set everyone's waiting for November, they actually pushed it towards the end of November versus the beginning of November for the worldwide release. I know it's kind of a silly topic, everyone, but moving the schedule right now, so that means we are literally, is this October 1st, I think? October 1st, 2020 here. So that gives us time for almost 2 months where we actually don't have a real regular release. Rudy, excuse me. Yes, Timmy in the back. There's a secret lair coming probably any day, and another one coming in 2 weeks. Well, I mean real Magic releases that are actually Magic cards, not crossover movies and memorabilia and Pikachus. So, in my opinion, maybe this is a positive sign. Maybe Commander Legends will actually all be released at once. We won't have price swings all over the place. We won't have thousands of people complaining about canceled orders. We won't have all these people going to their local Amazon LGS. And the local Amazon store is like, oh, I'm in the books real cheap. And Amazon just cancels like 5,000 orders. So maybe this is a positive sign. It's the first piece of action I've seen of Wizards that's actually saying, oh, let's throttle back a little. Let's change. Now again, they could turn around and have our surprise little December set. We could have Commander come out November 20th. And then literally 2 weeks later, they could release the second set. And we could be right back to the same problems. That's a very real scenario right now. But on the backs of this secret lairs and what's going on, this crossover era moving into 2021, I know how many people missed the Return to Ravnica's War of the Spark, Guilds of Ravnica and Allegiance. Suddenly, Return to Ravnica, Guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance, and then everybody complained Core 19 had no rares over $2, including myself. Then Core 20 came out, which wasn't that Core 20 was the one with the ley lines? Was it the one with the ley lines? I can't remember. And everybody was just complaining. Now we're all looking back going, oh man, do I miss that? Boy, isn't that funny how life works? It's classic life. You don't realize what you got until 2020 just punches you in the face. That's literally what it is. I'm like, man, boy, do I miss War of the Spark. Boy, do I miss Modern Horizons. It's like, ooh, okay. Anyways, I just wanted to comment on this because I'm hoping this is finally a turning point for everybody and Wizards will slow down and actually only have the releases when the product's actually ready. That would be so much of a smoother, more enjoyable experience for the buyers, the customers, online stores, shady dealers and fourth floor basements, and of course the distributors and everybody involved. It would just be smoother. The prices will be more stable. And I mean, at this point in time, think about this, everybody. I mean, you have Jumpstart problems. It's been months. Essentially, at this point, I got another video coming. Commander 2020, which everyone's been like not willing to touch because we're waiting for this massive reprint. Boy, that's going to be a knee-jerk video. So let's see what else we got going on. So we have the Zendikar release, which is already out, and we're still waiting on all the set boosters. We're waiting on 50%. I have hundreds of patrons waiting, just saying like, hello, can I get my collector boxes? Apparently, people are sending me screenshots of stores and Amazon canceling the pre-orders because the product's so delayed, they're just kind of wiping them off the books at this point. And of course, the price of the collector boxes are what, $250 to $280 for Zendikar Rising on the open market, probably plus tax, because I think everything charges tax now. Are all eBay listings in TCG Player? I think they're all, or like 45 of the 50 states, something crazy. And I'm like, are we really going to go into Commander Legends and we're going to have supply problems? And we're still waiting on Zendikar supply. We're waiting on Jumpstart supply. I mean, really? I mean, there's a point, like I've said in some of the box opening videos recently, we all just need to acknowledge that, unless Wizards does a major about-face change and actually changes their behavior, I know, I already see you guys laughing at me. Unless they do a major shift, I don't think anything's going to change with these problems. And I'm telling you, the conspiracy theories and the tinfoil hats and people thinking that, you know, Rudy, I'm starting to think Wizards likes this because it's keeping all the prices higher. The secondary market of sealed product is holding strong. We don't have that release, drop, and then level out, then slowly come back. We're not experiencing that anymore. Ever since Commander 20, Commander 20, because wasn't Commander 20 like 250 to 300 at the peak? And then it bottomed at 150, 160 with tax, 170? And then it's just been sitting flatline. Hasn't gone up or down. I mean, I just, maybe they're happy with it. I don't know. Maybe they're acting like it's a big deal. But historically, it just reminds me of those things. It's kind of like restaurants right now. They're charging additional fees and to-go things for extra packaging for the virus 2020 environment, and they're raising prices. For anyone who's never been in the restaurant industry or any other really business supply chain, when prices go up, just like the reserve list, even when they throttle back, they never go back to the previous lows. When a taco goes from 99 cents to 110, 120, 130, 140, 150 a taco, even when the world stabilizes, or even when dining rooms reopen, I promise you the prices are never going to go back to the old lows. That's the problem with all of this stuff. It's the same thing with reserve list conversation, everybody. Because the cards will spike, they cool off, they retrace back down, maybe there's a little bear market again. Or maybe 2020 has another surprise, says, hey, Rudy, hold my chalupa, watch this. And then the just reserve list goes to the moon because Wizards says, we're going to print everything and screw everyone up. And then all of a sudden the money just says, okay, well, we're just going to go over here now and dump, rolling after original, old school Magic. And you know, you have these market forces everywhere. But at least today we can say something positive, that Wizards has moved a full release by almost a month, which is a very positive thing. I know it's stupid sounding to a lot of you out there, but that means maybe they're actually going to let all the supplies show up at once, and the collector box prices will be stable between that 250 range, and we don't swing to 300, or we tank, then spike, and then orders canceled, and then people get angry, then a store relists them all. You know, hopefully we have more of a calm release. That, in my opinion, is always the best approach for everybody in the industry. When we have a smooth release, everything's more stable and everybody has a better experience, all the way from the consumer, the investor, the beautiful 3% ladies, all the way to the store, the creepy people, the distributors, and whoever the ivory tower Bob people are. And that's the key, because when everybody has a better experience, it flows through and makes people look forward to the next product. You know, buying people who locked in prices on Amazon to get canceled, then they're relisted and they lost their order and now they're $280 a box, is just not a good experience. It makes people angry and would you want to keep doing that to yourself? I wouldn't. If I was locking in at my local Amazon warehouse for $230 plus tax, $245 out the door, and then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, cool. And then it doesn't show up, then I get an email canceling, and then I go on eBay and they're $280. I mean, how would you feel? Would you want to keep rinsing and repeating that process? No, it's terrible. People are going to quit the game. And then you turn around and say, we're going to put crossovers and everything. Rudy, get ready for your Barney the Dinosaur card. I hope I'm kidding. Anyways, all I have to say today, I just wanted people to know about the Commander Legends set coming in November, not like November 1st anymore. Coming the end of the month, so I guess maybe the pre-release is like the 20th, and the end of the month is the full release or whatever it's going to be. I'm still really curious what the price points and things are going to level out to be, because remember, a little quick thing before we end the video, instead of 36 packs in a Commander Legends booster box, they're cutting it to 24 packs, and I believe the price of the box is more expensive from a store standpoint. So again, we're seeing, you know, a 1/3 reduction from 36 packs to 24 packs, and we're seeing a price increase. So as we're seeing across the board, margins for all paper Magic, Wizards is slowly pushing everything up. Whether it's pack reduction and slight price increases, it just keeps ticking that way. You know, some people are blaming inflation, which is what I've been doing. Other people just said, Rudy, Wizards just greedy. The cost of their box for a box of WotC from Card on Monday maybe went from $10 to $11 a box, but it's nowhere near the margins that they're selling it for. So that's all I have to say today. I'm sure it's going to be a good product. I expect prices to jump around. I expect people to like the product, but I just don't want a sloppy release because they're in a greedy hurry. You know? Is that too much to ask?